Hello there. As you can probably tell, I've got a touch of a tonsillitis. In my opinion, I would say normally best remedy for an angler if you're not feeling too well is to get fishing. But I feel absolutely knackered today, and it's a nice cloudy day on the Loddon. Nice steady amount of rain been coming in, and last week I spotted some river carp, and thought to myself, yeah, you've got to have a go for them, see if I get a chance to actually pick them up. And yeah, so I've come down today to give it a go. I'm just going to run through some of the stuff that I'm using today. Obviously, I'm using Thames baits TB1. I've got chops with me, but I've actually got both rods out on 18mm rolled baits, so I'm not using the chops at the moment, just the round baits. No particular real reason for that. Flow's not too bad, so you know, not using a chop isn't really a problem. Holding the actual baits sitting nice on the bottom. Just go through the other bits and pieces I've got with me. Let me just show you some of the bits and pieces here. Using the mesh bags. This is the Piranha PVA products mesh bags. Basically that's just filled with some broken down Thames baits TB1 boilies, slight amount of broken pellet, and a light amount of Hinder's crayberry, which is a nice combination. Just, you'll probably think that's being run onto the actual hook link. That's not, that's being clipped onto the rum ring, so it's next to the weight. And just mixing up the different glugs with that. I am glugging the actual PVA. I've actually got 3 different glugs with me. This is what I'm glugging the PVA with. That's Hinder's Ellipse oil. Very potent leak off. I don't always use it because it's got a good leak off, and it's also a good scent trap for crayfish to home in on. And yeah, when they get a scent of that, it can be a bit of a nightmare, but I'm going to be using that today. Don't know if the crayfish are going to be a pain, but yeah, giving that a go. That's going to be, as I say, the mesh is going to be dipped in that and glugged, and clipped onto the rum ring above the leisure weight. Prefer it above the leisure weight. Obviously on the river you've got the flow, then the PVA breaks down, drifts down onto the hook link. I think, in my opinion, you know, a lot of people do tend to fish the rivers and they do tend to hook their PVA straight onto the hook, and you're not going to be baiting your swim, you're going to be baiting further away. Anyway, let's just go on to a few of the other glugs that I've got. Obviously I've got a TB1 Thames baits glug with me for dipping my boilies into. This is a very nice glug, this one. This is actually Anchovy Plus on this particular bottle, and that is very cool. That's a nostril clearer. If you've got a cold, that will clear your nostrils. Very strong, potent fish smell, just like the Ellipse oil, but it's nice because that is actually a lot thicker than the Ellipse oil, and that's actually by a carp company. Very thick, great for glugging baits with, great for glugging pellets with, especially if you're using drilled pellets. Stops the ingress of water a lot better than the Ellipse oil does. Also has a slower breakdown time, so it just slowly leaks off like a thick emulsion. Baiting up wise, as usual, you know I do like using Vitaline in a lot of my fishing, be that barbel fishing or carp fishing. Now, I don't use hemp. The only hemp that I actually use is in with the birdseed that I use. I use the either the blue ribbon birdseed, which has got aniseed in it, or the Hafe's red band. Now, this mixture, let me just get it out for you, give you some idea. You can see in there, it's quite a nice mix. That's quite a stiff mix, as you probably can see. But I don't use balls that size, obviously smaller balls. But in there you can see all the birdseed. What I like with this, Vitaline is an excellent carrier, and takes the birdseed down. Doesn't break down too fast, doesn't break down too slow. It is up to you how you want to mix it though. This I just mix using the liquid that the birdseed's been soaking in, so it's a very sweet and sugary liquid, because obviously the birdseed's releasing a lot of fermentation, a lot of sugars, a lot of natural sugars, and it's very sticky. and gives the Vitaly a nice sweet leak off, and helps it to gel together, as you can see with that. Now if you was fishing on a large river, and as I have done in the past on the likes of the River Lot and Thames, this balled up you can use with a very strong catapult, say a River King. I think it's Trevor Tomlin River King catapult, and you will literally be able, with that type of catapult, with a strong elastic on a larger river, you'll be able to shoot these balls out anything up to 80 to 90 metres, and it's just a superb cheap ground bait, and you know, that's important. You don't want your fishing costing you an arm and a leg. There's no need for your fishing to cost you a lot of money. There's good cheap ground baits out there, and this is one of them. As I say, it's got birdseed in it, it's got a little bit of maize in it as well, but predominantly Haf's red band or blue ribbon pigeon conditioner. There's a nice multitude of different seeds in this as well. You've got thistle seed, barley, and you've got a little bit of hemp as well, and there's quite a few other different seeds in there. So you know, it's a bit different to what most fish are used to on the rivers, especially pressured waters. And in my opinion, I do feel hemp is a bit old hat. Don't get me wrong, can be a very effective particle, but I prefer the birdseed myself. The red band pigeon conditioner for a large sack is around about 16 to 18 pounds. The blue ribbon is a few pounds cheaper. But yeah, anyway, that's about the sum of it today. I'm going to put a few small balls of Vitaly in, fish a mesh bag dipped in the Ellipse oil, and a couple of Thames Baits TB1 boilies. Fishing just off the edge of the flow on a crease where the flow is just breaking slightly, and there's some nice marginal features, some snags downstream. See if we can pick one of these carp up. I am hopeful. I love these conditions. It's humid. I think it's about 85 to 90% humidity, and it's mild. For the beginning of October, it is really cracking conditions. Anyway, I'm going to get both rods cast out. Hope that's been of some use and some interest to you. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Tight light. Well, welcome back. Just had a very nice take on TB1 Thames Baits boilie chop, and thought I'd come down and target some of the river carp as I spotted them moving about the other week. Just had this chap. Not sure if it's a fish that I had a few seasons ago, but either way it's in lovely condition, and if it is the same common that I had a few years back, it is down in weight. This one's weighing 15 pound, 2 ounces. Nice condition. As I say, if it is a fish I had a few seasons ago, it's down in weight by a good 3 pound plus. But yeah, nice condition. Absolutely tore off, I tell you. The rod tip ripped round, and yeah, the bait runner went into overdrive. And I tell you what, when they go, they certainly go, these chaps. Short fish, very dumpy, and put up a very muscular fight. And yeah, straight off the bat, that's, as I say, on the Thames Baits TB1. That's not on a chop, that is on an 18mm rolled bait, just glugged in matching TB1 glug. Lovely. Nice to come down, have a plan of action, and have a fish straight off the bat. Whether we get any more, I don't know. Certainly made a bit of a mess, a bit of a stew pot in the swim. Certainly bolted about. So whether we get any more, as I say, who knows? But who cares really? Absolutely made up with this fish. Let's get it slipped back and let you swim off. Maybe you'll find one of your mates and you can send him my way too. Excellent. Really, really happy with that. Well, I was thinking about packing up, but I did have some signals of fish in the swim as it was getting dark, and I thought, sore throat or not, I'm staying. And well, I'm glad I did. Left rod absolutely tore off, and talk about a right fight. I've got a really lively barbel here. There we go. Look at that. Lovely fish. Really nice nick, and I tell you what, did that not go like a torpedo? That absolutely screamed off, and I tell you what, that run me some Mary Havoc. Really, really powered off. £10, 1 ounce. Another double, and really nice, as I say, just on the left rod. And that again was on a TB1 18mm boilie. Now that rod's just fished with a scattering of around about 5 free offerings of halves of boilie. No mesh bag, no other bait. And yeah, it's proved its worth again. And lovely set of barbs on that. Lovely condition. I tell you what, that was some fight. That was a really, really enjoyable and exciting fight. Got a fair paddle on it, and absolutely tore off. It's in an absolutely cracking condition. Really, really rude health, as you would expect. Well, welcome back. It's coming up to 12:30 AM. I've had no more touches, but to be honest, those two lovely fish, the barbel and the carp, I can't complain at all with that. Absolutely stunning fish. And the barbel gave a terrific fight. I would say it probably put up more of a fight than the 14 that I had in September time. But yeah, it's been thoroughly enjoyable, and it's been nice to come down, target an area of the river, and pick up a fish on both rods, and also pick up a carp. So it's certainly been nice, and admittedly not been feeling too well with the throat infection that I've got at the moment. So it's having those two fish has certainly, in a kind of roundabout way, acted as a bit of a remedy, and yeah, it's been really good. Both the fish fall into the Thames baits TB1 boilies, 18mm, but the barbel, that was just on a single Thames baits boilie, and just a few halves of the matching boilie just broke up. Around about 4 or 5 of them broke up in half, so eight halves in total, just scattered loosely around the area, just to draw the fish in. The other rod was fished differently. That was on a TB1 boilie, but with a piranha mesh bag, a small amount of crushed boilie and pellet, and that was then glugged in some hinders E-lips, and then just cast to the marginal feature, which is just basically a soft silty area that is just off the edge of a gravel patch. Now the reason why I'm casting, or have been casting, to those kind of areas in general, or try to, and not directly on the gravel, is because obviously the crayfish, they do tend to get, I find, tend to get on gravel more than they do on the softer sand or mud. So, you know, that proved effective, and that did produce the carp on that rod. But yeah, it's been thoroughly enjoyable. Anyway, I've got most of my gear packed up, just the umbrella to do, and my seat. Hope you enjoyed this short video, and I guess I'll see you on my next one. Anyway, I'd best be off. Till next time, tight light, goodbye.